Hello, Namaste, welcome to ThePrint. My name is Amana Begam Ansari. Ayatollah Khamenei's recent tweet comparing Indian Muslims with Gazans and Rohingyas, which he posted the day after Milad-un-Nabi, received much backlash from Indians. What is particularly interesting is that he spoke on the same day when he celebrated Islamic Unity Week, discussing the concept of Islamic Ummah. I can criticize the tweet on many fronts, from Iran's hypocrisy on human rights to the broader issue surrounding the idea of Ummah and its definition of a true Muslim. But what truly captured my attention was the motivation behind making such a statement. Especially given Iran's strong strategic ties with India, it's not difficult to read between the lines and see the Supreme Leader's desire to position himself as the true leader of the Muslim world. This is not the first time Khamenei has spoken about Indian Muslims. Previously, too, he has tweeted about 2020 Delhi riots and the Kashmir issue, expressing his concern for the Muslim community in India. While there are issues to deal within India, Khamenei seems to weaponize them for his own political agenda. As ridiculous as the comparison between Gazan, Rohingyas, and Indian Muslims sounds, Ayatollah Khamenei's inflammatory tweet ultimately trivializes the suffering of first two communities. As an Indian Pasmanda Muslim woman who has spent her entire life in a stable nation benefiting from a pluralistic society, sharing culture with the fellow Indians, and living under a democratic and republican system, I feel a deep sense of gratitude when I reflect on the situation in Palestine and Myanmar. Being part of this nation makes me appreciate the relative peace and opportunity I enjoy. Yes, we have our own issue and fault lines, and to address them, we have our support system and well functioning democratic institution. Voicing within the community and from the outside that fight for the justice and the right of Muslims and other Indian citizens as well. Indian Muslims have a long been integral to the nation, contributing to its rich diversity and pluralism. Now compare this with the countries mentioned in the Khamenei's tweet. Both Myanmar and Palestine are undergoing conflict, oppression, and displacement. On the contrary, the situation of Indian Muslims is vastly different. By grouping them together, Khamenei is not only misrepresenting the realities on the ground but also trivializing the genuine suffering and hardship faced by those in Gaza and Myanmar. Such a comparison diminishes the gravity of their pain and struggle. The concept of Ummah has already failed in today's world, having been suppressed by the national identities. Khamenei uses it in the conjunction with human right to unite the Muslims of the world. Should Muslims be concerned about the welfare of their co-religionists around the world? Of course, but one shouldn't stop there. The humanist ideals of modernity have a wider circle of moral concern. A communal basis for human right can lead to ever-widening divisions. He ties the identity of true Muslims to having such a narrow focus, a very problematic idea. It creates a society where individuals live under the pressure to constantly prove their Muslimness through political allegiances to their leader or face the threat of excommunication. Dissenting voices can't survive in such a hostile atmosphere, freezing the progress of any community. Even if we ignore this concern, the leader of Iran expressing such opinion on Muslims come across as a farce. The account of the treatment of women in the country are telling in themselves. This is a country where women are forced to cover themselves with a hijab, and authorities no longer believe in the personal choice and agency of half of its population. The leader of such country must look in their own backyard first before making inflammatory statement about the internal affairs of others. There is no doubt that Khamenei can score political point with certain Muslim communities in the short term through such misleading tweet. A game he is not a newcomer to, nor one that we can expect him to refrain from in the future. What will be the long term implication of such a strategy? That remains to be seen. I doubt that the strategical alliances between India and Iran would be impacted by the such stunt. What is the undoubtable is that these ideas invoked by Khamenei are problematic and should be countered for a better, more peaceful world. For more such article, please keep watching ThePrint. Thank you.